Hello sewing people of the internet. In this video I just want to show you a backpack I made, just another backpack I made, but I want to show you the backpack and tell you why I made it and what's different about it. This is the pack. So this is just another roll top backpack. It's essentially based on the same design as the tutorial backpack from a year and a half ago. No external pockets, no bottle pockets, no laptop sleeve, none of that. It's just a roll top. And this is the style of roll top that closes with a buckle on each side instead of one buckle in the middle. This one also has a couple of compression straps for reasons that will become apparent momentarily. The back panel of this one is spacer mesh, and the back of the shoulder straps are made of spacer mesh. Also, straps are a little bit wider than on other backpacks I've done, again, for reasons that will become apparent momentarily. So I made this pack for a specific purpose, to carry these sandbags from my CrossFit style workout sandbag that I use. And I made this to run with. I like to carry weight on runs from time to time. For no real good reason. And I actually want to make a weighted vest at some point, but it's a little bit more complicated, and this was easy for me to throw together. I've made so many of these now, it's not that difficult. The other reason I wanted to do this, though, was I wanted to test the construction methods and the materials, and what better way to torture test something than putting a lot of weight in it and running with it and throwing it on the ground and that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing with this bag. Before I get further into this bag, a friend of the channel, Steve, sent me a link to a video that he made, some bike packing gear that he made, and I'm going to share that link in the description below, and I encourage you to go check it out. He would be the first to admit that this is his first attempt at something like this, and it's certainly far from perfect, but I am sharing it because awesome job, dude. That's a pretty involved project to take on, and you did a great job. And also, like, for other people out there who are, maybe thinking they want to make something complicated like a backpack or some other complicated structure and are intimidated to do it, I think his video is a great example that, it may not come out exactly the way you want, and it may lead you to, make another version later, but you can do this stuff. You can make really useful things. So check out his video, give him a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to his channel if you're interested. But thanks, Steve, for sharing that with me. Also, nice shirt. So I made this bag out of 1000 denier Cordura because it's a very tough material. I also haven't yet made a roll top backpack with this material, and I wanted to see how it worked, and it works great. I like it a lot. As a test, when I sewed the main seams of this bag together, I just sewed one time. Sometimes I double that up. The liner is sewn into the bottom seams, but the rest of the bag is just, one seam is all it's holding together. The seam for the liner is probably also providing some support, but it's not sewn to the exterior of the bag. Not in that main seam anyway. I did it that way because I was curious about, sometimes I might do 2 rows of stitching just as kind of redundancy to make sure that that seam doesn't come apart. And that uses more time and more thread to accomplish, and if it's not necessary, then I don't necessarily want to bother doing it. On the other hand, I want to be confident that anything I make is going to last, so if I see some failure here, then I'll know that maybe it is worthwhile doing. Yesterday I loaded this bag with 40 pounds of sand. I threw it over my head repeatedly, I think a total of about 15 times, as far as I could throw it, landing it on the sidewalk. I'll cut in some up-close footage of it, but it looks just like it did the day I made it. So it seems to be holding up well. I've also carried it on a couple of 5K runs, and I haven't seen any issues with it. One other thing to note, on the tutorial bags, I added loops to attach a waist belt to, but I never actually made the waist belt. And on this one, I finally made one, a pretty minimal one, because when I'm running with it, I want to have it, stay close to my body. And that's worked out really well. So just wanted to add that, that concept seems to work well, and other manufacturers do that. I didn't really know at the time if anybody was doing it that way, but there are other manufacturers that use this method. So anyway, the main point of this video is A, a roll top in Cordura seems really nice. B, if you want a different way to add weight to your workouts. If you haven't seen my CrossFit style sandbag, that's a pretty common way to use sand as a weight for resistance workouts, but having it as a backpack is just another option. And I think most importantly, I hope this serves to encourage you that, if I can throw this together and put 40 pounds in it and beat the snot out of it and not have any, at least immediate failures, then it's probably a pretty good bet that you can sew a backpack or other bag and carry your lunch and your laptop and that kind of stuff in it with good success. If you have questions or comments, post them in the comment section below. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.